everyone, welcome back, and if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. My name is Keisha. Please go ahead and click the red subscribe button right below this video. It would mean so much to me. And also, while you're there, please make sure that you're turning on the little notification bell, and that's just gonna make sure that as soon as I upload, you're the first to know. Now let's get into this video. So here I'm showing you guys how I pin down my cap. So I'm using the spandex dome cap. I got it from my local beauty supply. It's like around $3 or $4. I forgot to show you guys in this clip. I just pull it and pin it down. This works for me perfectly, and the cap, you know, basically fits any head. Now I'm taking my closure and I'm going to pull it a little bit forward, just a tiny bit over where the stocking cap lays in the front, and just pin it down. These pins are going to be your best friend. It makes making your wig so much easier than you trying to hold it or anything like that. Just pin down everything and then just sew from there. So I'm just using the rubber band to kind of take the hair out of the way so I can see clearly what I'm doing, and I'm just making sure that the cap is laying flat as possible, and then I'm going to start to sew. So here I'm going through the little border around the closure, and that's why I like when the closures do come with that little border, and that's where I sew down the closure. So I'm not going through the lasket band around the cap. I'm just going through the material. I'm not letting it touch the lasket band, because then you won't be able to adjust the cap. Just doing the blanket stitch. So I'm going through and just looping it through, looping it, and the stitching are just going to lay flat. You're not going to see any bumps or anything through the stitching, and I do that all the way around through the closure. Actually lost the clip where I start my first bundle, but don't start my bundles to the back of the neck like, you know, people typically do. I come up like right to the cheekbone there. That's where I start my first strap, and the reason I do that is because that's going to help most of the length of the hair to come to the front. Most times, you know, you want to pull your hair to your shoulder, but if you start the longest length to the nape of the neck, then you won't be able to do that. The length is going to be to the back. Now I like when my length is all the way to the front, and my client seems to like it too, so that's what I do with all my wigs. I start right there. You can see almost like to the eye area of the mannequin head, and I do the fold over method, and you guys can see here I'm just showing you how I fold over, and I just keep folding it over. You can't really see anything sticking out. We're folding it over until I reach up almost to like the end, then I start to cut the weft. This is how far my first bundle brought me, and now I'm on the second bundle. Now I'm not going to start the second bundle at the end. I'm actually starting it like 2 fingers behind the last strap that I laid down. Hopefully that makes sense. You guys can see it clearly here. So that's where I'm starting it, and I'm folding over again. I do a lot of fold overs because, you know, people don't want to keep cutting their wefts, and this is just going to help the wig to last even longer, and it's going to minimize the shedding. So here you guys can see another look where I'm starting the weft. Now that I'm almost to my closure, now I cut the weft. Now I'm stitching the closure to the weft. So I'm not going on the material, and I'm using the blanket stitch again here because I like to use that when I'm close to the front of the closure, so I don't have any bulk from the closure to the weft. And there you guys can see everything is just laying nicely flat. You can't really see any sticking out of the track. And this is how my wig is looking so far. I'm also sewing the track side of the wig cap. This is going to help, so when the wind blows, you're not going to see any cap. You're going to see hair. Now this is what I'm talking about. So when it blows the wig cap, and this side you're just going to see hair. So I like to do that. It's just add an extra touch to the wig. Then I'm using my foundation, and I'm just stippling that in, and then I'm just going to blend it all over. I don't bleach my knots or anything. I just use this method. It works fine. And then I'm going to set it also with my foundation. And that's just going to give a nice tone, flesh tone color. As you guys can see, you're not seeing any knots or anything. It just blends seamlessly with my skin tone. The last thing I'm doing here is just sewing on the elastic band. I love to do that. It's just an extra security again for your wig cap, and I'm going through the band around the closure, and I'm sewing down the elastic band there. So here everything is nicely sewed, and I'm just gonna flip it back. Client that I'm making the wig for, she also wanted an ombre look, so I'm just using my basic white with my 40 developer, and I'm gonna use that to bleach the end of the hair. Kind of eyeball it, especially because I know I'm not bleaching all of the hair. It just takes a little bit, and
please use gloves. Didn't know where my gloves was, so that's why I'm not using any. And I've used this bleach before, so it doesn't irritate my skin. But if you're not sure, please use a glove. And I have my little brush, and I'm just brushing it on and just make sure I'm saturated to the ends of the hair.
This is the hair after it's been colored, and I didn't put anything in this hair. It's just the bleach that you saw me use, the basic white with the 40 developer. It has a nice ombre color, and you're actually seeing the true color that's coming up on camera. So it's like that rusty brown color, and that's what the client was looking for. And if you notice, I didn't do the line coming straight across. She didn't want that. She just kind of wanted it to kind of fade into like a V. You can see the V right there. And how I got that V look instead of that straight line across is that I went ahead and I just used the rubber bands and just hold it together and just add the bleach to the ends, and when you let it go, you know, it just kind of gives that effect right there. And you can see that the curls in the hair is really nice and soft. This hair is super soft. I didn't put anything in it because I don't put anything in my client's hair. I just condition it, and I didn't use any shampoo. Yeah, that's important. I didn't use any shampoo. I just used a conditioner to wash out the bleach, and it just left the hair just feeling so nice and soft. Look at that, like my hands just flow through the hair, no problem. So I really love how the hair came out. Hopefully you guys like it as well. If so, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. That would mean so much to me, and hopefully you guys learned something. And if you did, please go ahead and share it. And also, if you're not already subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that red subscribe button right below this video. And while you're there, just turn on the little bell. That's just gonna make sure that every time I do an upload, you're the first to know. Bye.